Hello everybody, my name is Jo with Jo Wise Leadership, and while Facebook does its thing, I'll just share my Facebook Live with our other groups. So I'll wait till a few people come up and I can find myself on Facebook. Here we go. All right, we've got people starting to come on. Hello, please say hi when you get here. I'm just sharing with my other group. We've got people coming on really quickly. So hello. I'm just quickly sharing, won't be a sec and we'll get kicked off. Great, thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Jo with Jo Wise Leadership, and today hi Steph, hey, nice to see you. Today I was booked into a full day conference all day, which started at 8:30 and was going through till 6, well, is going through till 6 o'clock, but I wagged today. It was really interesting actually. I organised tickets for this conference months and months ago. It was a big conference. There was speakers coming over from all over the place, a couple of international speakers as well. And I was pretty excited about it actually. And when I got there this morning and walked in, it kind of felt a bit yucky. There was lots of really excited staff members there, which is always nice to be welcomed, but it really kind of felt quite fake. And, you know, I asked a couple of people questions and everything was extremely scripted and very well, you know, I don't know, it was just, the people when I got there felt, it was though they were really scared to answer your questions because they didn't want to say the wrong thing. Hi Jo, nice to see you. So it was interesting when the conference started, the first speaker was hologrammed in, so just like Princess Leia in Star Wars. Like that's literally the only thing I know about Star Wars, is that I remember Princess Leia in one stage, or Leia, was hologrammed in. Well, one of the speakers, the first speaker today at this conference, was hologrammed in. I think that's the right word, where they were actually, it was I guess, recorded hologram, whatever that means. And it was, technology from that was absolutely amazing. Like the guy looked like he was really there. I don't remember his name. He was like Johnny V or Pixie V or something like that. And he spoke quite well. It was interesting, but I found the technology really, really cool. Getting to the second speaker, and she walked on, and I don't know, I started to feel, I'd already felt quite uncomfortable when I got there, and I just got more uncomfortable as the morning went on. The speaker was so scripted. Gary V it was. Thank you, Kate. Nice to see you again. She was so scripted. I actually stayed for about half an hour too long, but half an hour into her speech, I guess you could call it, and she was telling her story, and I didn't feel like I got to know her at all. Now I know there was probably like 100 people in the audience, but it was really interesting. It was like from the first moment I got to the conference, the whole thing felt fake and scripted. And so halfway through this second presentation, I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna go. So I walked outside. I decided, good morning Selanga, nice to see you. I decided I was going to go and get a coffee down the road, and so I did. I left, and I thought I'll come back later, which I didn't. When I left and I got to the cafe and ordered some food, started to think about what I was feeling and what I'd experienced that morning. Like I said, from the first moment I got there, I kind of felt dirty. I felt like it was all so over-prepared and so like they were trying to reach perfection but didn't quite get there, that it took away from the whole experience. And it was quite interesting the way the morning played out, because there was some people there, a couple of people there, that are in a Facebook group that I'm in that I don't actually know. One of the girls I'd never even met before, but we were sort of Facebooking to say, let's catch up at lunch, you know, just so that we know somebody. And I just text them and say, I'll let them know, look, I'm leaving and I'm going to be at this cafe. And blow me down, they both turned up at the cafe shortly after I did, and we actually sat down and had a talk about it, and they felt exactly the same as I did. And while we were sitting there and having a chat about it, I realised for me that like, I know authenticity is the new black and everyone's banging on about it and everything's authentic leadership and everything, but I just feel now more than ever that I just don't have time or the energy for people and experiences that aren't real, for the photoshopped, perfected, 100% I've got everything together type of thing. I think I'm really done with that. And the reason is because it's not real. It doesn't give me the experience that I'm looking for, which is real conversations, experiential learning, conversations with real people that, you know, are sharing some of their fabulous wins, or, you know, sharing about things that they need, you know, that we can talk about and maybe brainstorm and get some ideas on and everything. Now, I'm not saying I'm never going to a conference again, because I do love learning and I love learning from other people, but I just think I'm going to be a little bit more careful and selective with how I spend my time from now on, because that experience this morning, it was actually great because I really felt like I wanted to get out and meet some people today. And interestingly enough, that didn't happen at the conference, that happened afterwards. What I really loved about this morning is because when the three of us ended up meeting up at the cafe this morning, we all sat down, we shared our experience, and then we just sort of got on with conversation. And one of the things I asked the girls that I was sitting there with was, you know, what did you expect? What did you want to get out of the conference today? Because I kind of didn't want us to feel like we'd wasted our time, because we'd already you know, the time had been, or technically wasted, I guess. Hi, Tatiana, nice to see you. So I asked them two questions. One, which was, you know, what did you want to get out of the conference? And two, what do you need today? And it was really interesting because, you know, we had a bit of a chit chat. We talked about the conference. We got to know each other a little bit and what our businesses are and what we're doing in our careers. And then we got down to the nitty gritty, and we actually went there and talked about what we specifically thought we'd get from the conference, which we didn't get. We got other things instead, which from each other, which was even better. And then each of us went around and talked about, this is what I need right now in my career. And we were able to help each other with that. And we all walked away with, well, I actually walked away with like 3 or 4 things that I'm going to implement this afternoon straight away and get done, which I'm really excited about. And just really, really simple things that have been playing around in the back of my mind for a little while that I hadn't given the time and energy to yet, which I would have. And instead of me having to allocate an hour or a couple of hours to that in the next couple of days, that's now done. So I loved the way the day worked out. It certainly wasn't a waste of time at all. I got more than I expected from the day, because I've now come away with like 3 or 4 solutions of things that I can get. And I also now have 2 connections that I have in my network that now I can have real conversations with. I know I can contact and say, hey, what about this? What do you need from me? You know, I can sort of watch what they're doing as well and create my own learnings from what they're doing. And they're really awesome women as well. So I think the more awesome people that I have in my inner circle, the better. I think that allows me to be even more successful and even more influential, because I've got access to even more amazing people. So that's all I wanted to share today. I think really the biggest thing I'm taking away from today is that I'm not gonna stand for it anymore. I'm not gonna stand for the fake, the perfect. I'm not going to allow that to penetrate. I know people get nervous when I start using that word, but penetrate me anymore. Because when we see that perfection and that fakeness and that all the time, it can kind of make us feel a bit icky, and I'm not interested in that anymore. So that was a really good learning for me. And the other thing for me was to continue to surround myself with really fantastic, amazing people. And that's what I got out of today. So you have a great day. We've got a message here from Joe. Great work tuning in and walking away with something that wasn't right for you. Yeah, it's a really big one, Joe, because when I think about it, and I know I've been to conferences with you before that have been very rah-rah as well, but you know, I used to sit through conferences years ago that weren't aligned with me, that I weren't comfortable with, but I was consistently told that, you know, the more uncomfortable you are, the better it is. You've got to get out of your comfort zone. And I get that. But I don't think I need to act like a dick in a public environment to get myself out of my comfort zone. I would prefer to do things that get me out of my comfort zone, like trying new things in new ways. And I don't think I need to do silly things in public places to get me to experience that. I think that ways of me getting myself out of my comfort zone are to, you know, do some stuff with technology this afternoon, or to have conversations with people to help me with technology this afternoon, like I can do. And also get even more clarity on what my message is, so I can share that with more people. And there's times in my career I know that can be really challenging, and that's getting me out of my comfort zone, because things are really evolving with the way that I am at the moment. So thanks for adding that, Joe. And Joe also said there's many of these highly scripted, inauthentic conferences around. They're very icky, and yay for finding the positives from it. Yeah, thank you. Hi, Borf, how you going? All right, so thank you very much for joining me today. Let me know if you need anything. And yeah, actually, one more thing has just popped up for me, and that is... if I turn the mirror, so it's just interesting because I got this from what Joe McKay just wrote, so thank you for that. With today, one of the learnings that I had that I hadn't realized until just now was that I went into that conference today and I saw a lot of inauthenticity. I saw a lot of scriptedness, and I saw a lot of fake. So if I turn the mirror on myself, really allowing myself to be vulnerable here on Facebook Live, is maybe there's some areas of my life where I can allow myself to be even more real. So maybe that's, I'm going to schedule some time to have a little bit of a feel into that later on and see what I come up with. So I think it's always nice to turn the mirror on ourselves whenever we get our buttons pressed, and we're ever in a situation where we get, you know, really pissed off or annoyed or frustrated. I think that turning the mirror on yourself and asking ourselves, you know, what is this bringing out in me? It was the authenticity thing, absolutely, that's pressing my buttons. But maybe there's something in me that's sort of I need to work on a little bit more as well around that. So, and I'm working towards being more authentic all of the time. As I said, I know authenticity is like the new black at the moment, but for me, there's been so much growth in the last couple of years that being more real and bringing down the brick walls has been a consistent process. So I think that's probably the cherry on the top learning that I had. And thank you, Joe, because your message brought that out for me today. So hi, Wise One, hear me roar. Yeah, absolutely, Boof. And Stephanie says, I like the lessons you get about making time to sit in it, yeah, and see what it is. Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon. Let me know if you need anything. And this time, I really am going to finish this Facebook Live. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye.